the Arewa Consultative Forum has criticized President Bola Tinubu and the ruling All Progressives Congress for being more obsessed with early election, re-election campaigns and defections to their fold ahead of the 2027 elections as against national concerns. The group, which said rather than address the security challenges and other existential challenges confronting the nation, the public policies of the administration has remained ineffective. In a statement by its National Publicity Secretary, Professor Muhammad Baba, the ACF lamented that public policy responses to the insecurity situation, especially in the northern part of the country, has remained ineffective, even as profligacy and reckless expenditures by public officials were in contrast to sacrifices by citizens. To discuss this, we're joined by a public affairs analyst, Francis Chilaka. Mr. Chilaka, thank you so much for joining us on the news.
You're welcome.
So how do you assess the validity of ACF's claims that President Tinubu is prioritizing re-election over urgent national concerns?
Well, with the things that are playing out politically, where the government is focusing on people who are decamping from one party to another, rather than facing governance, it is easy for any right-thinking Nigerian to deduce that the government has derailed. The government is not bothered about the insecurity in the land. The government is not bothered about the fact that people are not feeding well and all of that. So it's a common sense thing. And we all know that the problem with our kind of democracy is that the moment somebody gets elected and they assume office, rather than settle down to impact on the lives of people, they are thinking about the next election. So I think it's the ACF is right by saying that Mr. President should focus on governance rather than on a re-election bid.
You're saying that the ACF is right, but then this is a body that really criticized the past president, Muhammadu Buhari, while in power, and there were a lot of public outcry as at that time. So would you call this patriotism?
I think, well, Nigerians, we have a big problem. That problem is the fact that we keep making reference to the past and holding on to it rather than looking at the future and finding out how to evolve. If former President Buhari did things in the wrong way, must we encourage it? Must we embrace it? Must we always look at the wrong side of what people are doing and leave the good side that we should all look at? So I think it is it's a very weird mindset, and we need to change that mindset if we really want this country to move forward. We wouldn't be saying that, oh, because people didn't criticize President Buhari when he did this, when he did that, then we should not criticize the current government. Then we ourselves are not being patriotic.
Well, ACF said that the policies of government are ineffective. So I'm wondering what policies would be effective, most especially for the North?
Well, I mean, between you and I, we know that this government has been doing what I call somersault policies. You know, one, fuel subsidy is gone. We have not recovered from it. The dollar is on free will. You know, insecurity is on the land. So this government needs to sit down and develop a master plan that will get Nigerians out of the quagmire we are in today. So the policies of government in terms of subsidy is gone, in terms of taxation, in terms of poverty and all of that. The government needs to look at it critically and begin to go back to the drawing board. But unfortunately, we have a government that doesn't want to go back to the drawing board. The government just believes that it is what they want to do, individuals want to do, as against what the generality of Nigerians want.
So then we have a North that has got governors and they've got lawmakers both at the national and the sub-national levels. Would you say that these public office holders have actually done more for the North than the government at the center has?
See, across board, they have not done anything. Across board. The only thing the governors are enjoying right now is the fact that President Bola Tinubu has increased their monthly allowance. That's what I want to call it. What they get from federation account. But if you look down, it is not trickling down to the people. The hardship is still there. The insecurity is still there. So whatever this government is doing, the state governments are not helping the matter. Until the state governments begin to work in tandem with the federal government in terms of securing the lives and properties of Nigerians, in terms of alleviating poverty, in terms of creating employment, then we'll say, yes, they're working. But as it is, it's just that everybody collects their monthly allowance and they do what they want to do with it. After all, Nigeria is a country where, it's difficult for your leaders to be accountable. And when you try to hold them accountable, you become an enemy of the state.
But then some people will argue, a school of thoughts would even say that, the president has cabinet members and people working for him, and he can't focus on some other things while he can focus on some other things while his cabinet members, those he has appointed, would continue with the job. He left the country some time ago for medical trip, so to speak, and we had the policy still in progress. So don't you think, we can cut him some slack at some point?
No, the buck stops on the president's table. And if we take out that responsibility of saying the buck stops on his table, then we're not being realistic with ourselves. It's like a father that has kids. Whatever the children do that is not proper, he must correct it. So the president, yes, you have ministers, but the question is, your ministers, are they round holes in round pegs, or round pegs in round holes, or do you have square pegs and round holes? So we need to know. We need to know what they're doing. Check, for instance, the power sector. What is happening with the power sector? Right from since we got independence, we've been going between 3, 5 megawatts. Can't we go beyond that? You came into administration, you said, oh, you want to ban everywhere. You have band A, band B, band C. Even the federal government that created the band is opting out of the band. So and you want the ordinary Nigerians to begin to pay for that band that you have created. It doesn't make sense. So this is where the problem is. It's a situation where you have ministers, but your ministers and yourself as a president are not working in tandem.
Thank you so much, Francis Chilaka, for sharing your thoughts with us on the news.